You guys are.
Okay. All right, Ben. Well, how do you reflect on the performance of the team on Sunday, getting a point first up against Adelaide United?
Yeah, it was a very weird game. Like, obviously, because of the red card, it changed the whole game. But I think when the red card happened, we would have been happy with a draw. But obviously, we went 1-0 up, and then we conceded late like that. So it was obviously frustrating. And when we went back into the changing room afterwards, it felt like a loss. So I think that's a good thing that we're disappointed with draws there, but I think the most important thing was we didn't lose that game, so that was good. But it shows the work rate and the desire from the boys in those tough situations, so I think that was very good from the boys.
When you went on, what sort of instructions were you given by Ufuk and the rest of the coaches?
They honestly don't give too much too often, but they trust us, so like it's nice coming on with Wayno. I like coming on and changing the game with him, but yeah, he just gives me a pretty free role, and I just try and do whatever I can to try and affect the game. Like, I'm not too worried about playing safe or whatever and just trying to create something, so yeah.
There were no, because you were coming on with only 10 men, there were no extra defensive responsibilities that you had to undertake because you were outnumbered?
Yeah, I think in that game especially, like if he just wanted us to defend, and I think at that point we were pretty happy with trying to see out the draw, and then like we all knew that we were going to get a chance at some point, so we were just waiting for that to happen, and it happened, and Wayno took the chance, so that was obviously very good. And I think after that happened, like before the goal I was getting quite a bit of ball, but after that I was kind of in a more defensive role, and then we were just trying to see the game out, and obviously it's unlucky with how it ended up.
So no yarn this week, so the spot opens up in the starting 11. How do you go about making sure that you're nice and ready if that opportunity comes?
Yeah, I'm obviously ready every week to start or be off the bench, so I'm not too worried about it. Like, if I'm starting this week, that'll be great, and it'll be a great opportunity for me. But if I'm on the bench again, then that's all right, and hopefully I can just get on the pitch and change the game.
How do you approach each week, because there is a lot of competition in those midfield spots, especially with the imports coming in, and you expect them to be there or thereabouts.
Yeah.
How do you approach each week, not really knowing what your role might be?
Yeah, it's obviously tough to know, like, this has just happened, so there's a chance that I could be starting, but I just take it day by day, and I'm just focusing on being the best I can in training, so I'm not too worried about what's happening on the weekend. That's Ufi's decision, and then based on that I'm just focused on whether I'm starting and trying to have effect there, or if I'm off the bench then I can still have a good effect.
Would you say you feel at home in the A-League now after playing significant minutes last season?
Yeah, like I think I played 21 games, which was a lot more than I expected, so I feel like I've got that experience there, so it's a lot more comfortable than last season. So I'm hoping that this season I can continue to get more game time and become a more positive player in this team. And
just finally, obviously this year's also seen you make an all-whites debut with 2 games now. I mean, it's been quite the year for you, hasn't it? How do you reflect back?
Yeah, it's crazy whenever I think back to it. Like, it wasn't that long ago it was like a year ago since I made my professional debut, so it seems so quick, and so much has happened since then. But yeah, it's been amazing to be involved with the all-whites and get the opportunities there, and it just added to the experience.
And then you look at some of your All Whites teammates, and a guy like Marko Stamanic, he's playing against Manchester City in the Champions League. Does it kind of make you think, man, there's a lot that's possible from little old New Zealand? Yeah,
seeing Marko play in the Champions League like that, it definitely motivates us, because not long ago we were playing at the 17s together, and I see him in the All Whites and all of that, so it's pretty crazy. I think it definitely gives us all motivation that there are those pathways to the highest level.
Were you surprised that Young got 3 weeks suspension?
I was very surprised. I heard that it was going to either be 2 or 3 games, so I was expecting to, especially because of, like, it wasn't a malicious tackle or anything like that. It was just a slip, so that was unfortunate. But hopefully, if they appeal, hopefully they can get it back to 2 games. But I am very surprised about it being 3.
Because we didn't get to see too much of him, obviously, with his debut ending early. But what's he sort of brought to the team in pre-season?
He's been very good, especially for me. I've been able to learn so much off him. Like, he reminds me of ALeague when he was here, so I can learn so much off him every day. He's a very flary player and can impact the game, so it's tough that we're going to have to lose him for the next few games, but yeah, it just gives chances for other boys.
Yeah, because how does the team sort of rally around him? I guess he would have been pretty disappointed to be sitting out for the next few weeks at least.
Yeah, he was very disappointed. Like, we went back into the changing room afterwards and his head was down, so we all felt very bad for him, but we all got together with him, and I think he's all right with it now, because he knows that we're all very supportive with him, so he's obviously upset about it, but there's not much he can do now. So
yeah, and you're still searching for your first win at Sky Stadium. You're hoping it'll come this weekend?
Yeah. Hopefully it'll be nice to get a win there. Like, the celebration after Wayno scored, that was an amazing feeling, so hopefully we can get more of those this weekend.